So night and day 6, 6 nights, 6 candle. This is we're dealing with Yesod. Yesod, the Yesod is the Vav, the sixth. It's the sixth midah. It's where everything is, whatever is built up. Now it's getting ready to ground it. You have to ground it. You have to have the Yesod and going into Malchus. So Nachman talks about Ahavah Shabadas. We have Ahavah Shabadas, which is to have the heart should be connected with Das, with present. The heart should be present. That's a very powerful, place to be. From just thinking about it, now we got to work on it. But just to understand the concept of Ahavah Shabadas is where the heart has so many things that it wants and it needs. But imagine if you can be in full control of the heart, which is the midas, that is the Vav, and that is Yosef HaTzadik. Yosef HaTzadik is Tzadik Yesod Olam. It's center line. It's going into find the Tzadik within you, because that's what you all need. That's what we need in order to take charge of the heart, to go into being the center, to find the tzaddik. You have to find the nakuda. As you know, that every night of Chanukah is a different nakuda. It's a different midah. There's but we'll go with the netzach. Netzach is the shirik, and called kubitz also. And hod it's the 3 dots going up on an angle, the ladder, and then you have hod is chirik, which is one nakuda. And they're all nakudas, they're vibrations. And we're talking about finding the nakuda tova. These are Nachman's words, finding the nakuda tova. Finding the tzaddik within. Finding the tzaddik within, that is, what's the tzaddik within? What is the tzaddik? The tzaddik within each and every one is V'hoye Beis Yaakov Eish. The house of Yaakov is going to be fire, Eish. Ubeis Yosef Lahava. What is Lahava? I want you to, let's just take a minute and be mizboinen on the words. What do you feel? What do you feel when you say the word Eish? When you think about Eish, fire. It's fire. You feel it, you can feel it in the heart. It's a fireplace. Ubeis Yosef Lahava, which is, what comes Lahava is like it's a flame. It's way more intense. It's thinner. It's a lot thinner, a lot more edel, but it's very sharp. It's lahava. It's in the back of the head. It's das. Being very present, and that's not something that comes from the heart. That's something that comes from the back of the head, das. Back in the front, Yosef HaTzadik is in the front. So aligning, being that present, that is lahava. That's that flame. It's like, it's a flame. It's eish kodesh. It will base Esav lakash, stroy. And what happens when you put fire to hay, to take and destroy? It just goes up in flames. So as we see, you have big, mighty armies and all types of technology. And then there's one Yidel is sitting in a Yisrael and he says, this and this is how it's going to happen. This and this is how it's not going to happen. With no no ego, not much of a body, not much of any type of physical strength that you can measure it by. And that is the lahava. That's the basis of lahava. That's the flame. That sharp, high vibration of presence that is able to just send a vibration and reverberate through any type of illusion, of any type of blockages, any type of low, heavy consciousness. It sends it out and it just lahava. It turns in lakash. It burns up in fire. And Reb Nachman says that when it's like feeling, what happens when you get into Ava Shabadas? Let me see, Ava Shabadas, yes. When you get into Ava Shabadas, is imagine the way a father loves a child, the way a parent loves a child, and you can have a saga. There is some sort of you can measure that. How much do I love my child, so I can understand. And that's because it's in midas and yomim. It's in days. It's in separation. It's still a level of love. But what's the love that the relationship of the child before, when he was still in the moyach ha'av, when he was still in the tippus moyach ha'av, even before that, when it was just in the moyach ha'av, which means before he was even conceived. That, he says Ibn Nachman, we can't understand that. We have no asaga in that. What a powerful message, what a powerful way of delivering this, where we always go to a place of, what does it mean that I can't understand? I can understand anything. So what's happening in that place, from that place that we're talking about, and we can't understand? Like, what can it possibly be? Like, how much different can it be than now? Like, what's the big secret? So he's given us the oisias by saying, going into the love of a father to a child before he's conceived, when he's still in his brain. Yes, we have no asaga in that, because that is das of the asad love. That is das of knowing, that level of knowing, being in relationship with our Father, with our Creator, the thing that, that we're nishtalshel from, or chelik elokam ma'amamish. That level of love is going to be revealed. That level of ava, of connection, is going to be revealed. That is asad love. That is when we are going into to one day. Not in separation. And Hanukkah, the 8 candles, we're going one above. There's 7 midas, then we go one above. We're going to the 8th candle, fine. But the nekuda here is, Yesod, Tzaddik, Yesod Olam, Yosef Tzaddik, Yosef Tzaddik. It's the center, finding your Yesod. Where is your, find an Akuda Tova within you, and an easy way to do it is to find an Akuda Tova in your friend or in your life somewhere. Find an Akuda Tova, find the Tzaddik in that. And that is the koich of Yesod, and that is the koich of Yosef HaTzadik, because Yosef HaTzadik is so present that even, he overcame the temptation, the Nesoim from Batifer, and who shalot al aretz, geworden de gewaltige. Parizuk gives him full disclosure that he can do whatever he wants, except that he's going to be called a melech, but he can do whatever he wants, which means that his light has I don't want to use the word overpowered, but overshadowed with light. So the darkness was completely machniya to it. And that is the Ubeis Yosef Lahava. It's just being present. It's not being, just being within self, finding the tzaddik, finding the true centerpiece of what do I stand for, what do we stand for, feeling that fire in the center, the lahava. It's not in the heart, it's in the stomach, I guess, solar plexus, coming from das, connecting. That is a way of when the midas are already connected to das, to Ava, Shebedעת. Where you're feeling it in the midas, feel it in the heart, in the body, but it's coming from das, activating the brain, and it's a different type of feeling than what you're feeling in the heart. When you feel grateful about something and it gets a little heavy. So Yesod Tzaddik, Yesod Olam. That's the ganze Zach. Tzaddik, Yesod Olam. Finding the Nakuda, finding the sound of the Nakudas, which means that the Yudke Vavke, as we know, or we need to know, or we should know, we know now. Every night we have, as I said before, yes, but there's a different sirf, but what it didn't say is that there's two brachas. So each bracha has a different sirf. So today's Yesod, yesterday was, the first bracha was Netzach, and the second bracha, Shas Nisyon Labasenu, was Chirik. And if you notice, there is the first night, first bracha starts from the top, from Chesed. The second bracha starts from the bottom, from Malchus, and then the top goes to Gvura, and the other one the second bracha goes to Yesod. And they keep moving up and down, because Hanukkah is all about energy, it's all about iris, it's about light. What are we doing? We're lighting candles. What exactly are the candles doing? What are we doing when we're lighting a candle for a tzaddik? You're connecting with the shaman, you're connecting to the tzaddik, specifically shaman, oil, you're connecting to the neshama of the tzaddik. And he's mashpia. If you bring awareness to it, he's mashpia. Because they sit in advekis, or they wanna share. That's what they're here. They're tzaddikim. They're here to be mashpia. So lighting the candle connects. So Hanukkah. So we're connecting to an energy. We're connecting to a koach. It's more than an energy. It's an intellect. It's an neshama. But just to understand that on some level it's energy, and then it goes higher and higher to the neshama level. But what are we doing Hanukkah? We're actually lighting candles. It's not some thing that, this guy lights candles for tzaddikim, is busy with the candles. There are these people, they're busy lighting candles all day. It's an avodah. Here we're all sitting, everybody, kids, everybody's involved. Lighting the candles, and we're moving energy, connecting to the candles of the Beis HaMikdash. Connecting to, what are the candles in the Beis HaMikdash? They're connected to the Zibn Pastacher, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe, and Yosef, David. Whatever, yes. We'll count later. I'll just continue going for now. So connecting to that koiches, each one of those represent one of the 7 midas. So if you want to go from Kabbalah into Hasidus, and now you have these Netzach and Nakudas, and now what does that represent? So we have different midas. Every midah represents one of these our shepherds. There are the funnel that supplies. So tonight is Yosef HaTzadik. Yosef HaTzadik, because he was able to overcome the biggest temptation. He's in Mitzrayim, which is Erves Haaretz, and imagine that's all that's going on over there. Whatever it was, they're avoid on it, whatever it was. And Yosef HaTzadik was able to stand. Yesod the tzaddik was able to stand up and not be fazed by it, or on whatever level, but at the center level he was fully present with who he is and what he represents, and he wasn't distracted by all the distraction and the confusion. And as a result of that, since he went all the way down to the bottom, So now when we are here in the bottom of this galus, we are connecting to Yosef HaTzadik. We draw energy from him, we draw a koyach from him. Otherwise we would be blind, we wouldn't see anything. We have such courage and so smart because we're drawing from our sources. And Yosef HaTzadik is the one that is the connector. He's bringing it into Welt, and he hits. Tonight, with this candle, we're opening up and melts away the curtain. Each candle melts away the curtain of Malchus, of how does this picture reflect back to you? As we project the light, what comes back at me? Sometimes you could be projecting an amazing intention, and it comes back not positive, because the screen that it's being played on is not clean. So we're limited as to, yes, and you give 10% and you gain 20 and then you go back 10, whatever it is. So you keep moving and playing with the pieces. But Hanukkah with the candle, it's a complete, there is no screen. It's 3D. It's 3D. The oil, the shemen is saturated. Everything rises to the top. Everything rises to the top. And Hanukkah it's not just Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the main event. It's the gym, but then the result is when you walk out of Hanukkah. And you carry that with you, and there's new understandings, new wisdom, and what seems that it's just a natural occurrence, that it happened this way. I worked and, I've figured it out. But really, you need to go into 3D with that. It's all part of the shemen of the Hanukkah that is removing the curtain, so you're able to click and see from a different place, from lahava, softer and more sharp, more clear. And this fire burns, and it doesn't even show up. You create an energy field of distance as to you buy yourself that delay. Because when you're in lahava and you're deeper than it's Aהבה שבדעת, which is being present with what you're feeling. That is such a high frequency that anything lower doesn't even enter the space. It doesn't show up. You can't see it. You can't see it because when the sun is out, you don't see the shadow. And of course, it's work. These are the concept of Hanukkah, and I'm just repeating what our tzaddikim are teaching us, what we can draw from that, and opening it up so we can understand it. But of course, that's the avodah. That's what's being revealed to us, that we see in Hanukkah, what the image is. And you can choose your image. You can choose your image. But remember, it's not really an image. This is just the way how to process an image. So wherever you go, you have the processor, and you know how to be present. Whoever your Rebbe is, whoever your Mashpia is, whatever you're born into, your tribe, your Prati tribe, and then more Prati family. So the Nakuda Tova, going into the Nakudas, finding a Nakuda Tova. Kohen Gudel, yes, he's talking about the Kohen Gudel. Achas lamala sheva lamata. Meredufin says Meredufin Chanukah. Meredufin the Achtig of Chanukah, which is Achas lamala, and he's talking about this is the Ava Shabadas. Achas lamala is one dot, one nakuda is lamala, it's in the head, in the das. V'sheva lamata, going into the midas. So you have the one nakuda lit up in the head, and that is taking control of the heart. Yeah. You need to be mizbanan on it and process it. What does it mean? And it's to everybody, it's something else. Like it's not trying to figure out what this is. Just feeling from a more refined way, which is there's the relationship of expecting something. I'm doing and I'm expecting something, and we're in relationship. It's okay. Nothing. That's the way the world goes. You need to be in a relationship. You need to have feedback, whatever feedback is, a paycheck exchange, whatever it is, or a verbal compliment. Um, when you're going into Da'as Sheba'ava, Ava Shebedas, yep. When you go into Ava Shebedas, it's in a relationship with the thing that you're doing, that you're in a relationship with. You're not in a relationship with the person you're doing it for, or to, or who is doing it from you to you. You're just in a relationship with the action that you are presently doing, and that's what you're drawing the validation from. That's where you're drawing that's what you're in a relationship with, right? So you can be in a relationship with that, and with this. This is just what he's talking about tonight. Ava Shebedas, which is Yesod, which is the six midas, the Vav, coming all the way connected to the top. So this is just one analogy, one marshal as to what Ava Shebedas looks like. You know, one way I can explain it, and you can go with it. So you understand that you're in a relationship with the relationship. You're giving tzedakah, you feel good about it, not to the person you gave it to, just you did a tzedakah, you did a kindness to something that received that kindness. So you're going into a deeper level of presence, more presence. Okay, Vrijdag en Chanukah, and Simcha, you have to be with Simcha. Yep. And when these Yom Tovim come, they get challenging. They get very challenging. Ubefrat, I think Chanukah, because Yom Tov we're still distracted with shul and there's a meal. Here it's hardcore family time. You have to get together with the family, with the whole family, in-laws and great-laws and whatever it is. Getting together with the brothers, the sisters, and and it's challenging. The kids' presents, and they got so much, and I can't get so much, and they want that, and then the ganze Spiel. So it gets challenging, and that is why we're lighting the candles, and that is why we're doing this, to be present of the challenge. Not that you're not allowed to trip up or have a challenge, but that's not the point. To be mindful of the process. Okay, so it happened, it didn't happen, whatever it is, but that's not the point. We're humans. You need to but being mindful of the process and to observe, what did I learn from it? Where do I go right away to put myself down, beat up, or where do I go into judging it and doing, being present with it? That's where the candles are. That's the beauty. And of course, as we see that there is the first and the bracha and the second bracha, there are two different spheres playing at the same time. We see how this energy moves. It's not just linear. It just goes. It moves like in an 8. It moves like in an 8. It moves in and out, like an S type of thing. Really, the best emotion I can give. This should be a picture, but when they do in the gym, they have the two heavy ropes that you move it up and down, up and down. That's what we're talking about. Different colors, different vibrations, and one creates other. It's like strings, like one hits the other, one vibrates off the other, and just becomes a chord and becomes a sound, and then we keep hitting that again with mitzvahs and tzedakah and eating and family time and all types of hashbanas. Have an awesome 6th day of Chanukah, and it should be Hamshacha Milamala Ad Lamata Mata around in Malchus. We should be able to plant our freedom, our happiness, Panasa, Shefa, self-acceptance, to be able to plant all that, to bring it down from up there, from the world of Machshava, from up there in the higher oiliness. We need to bring it down here. So we should have Amshacha with the Vav, Yesod, all the way down with the oil, operating, activating the top. That's why we're eating the oil, activating Chachma, and then Bina, and of course, Das, kicks in right away. Bina, Baal, Lev, Maven, and through the heart works with Bina, with the left brain. What a powerful combination. Yom Tov.